T3 Code is an open-source control layer for AI coding agents, and it's been picking up a lot of attention lately. What it actually does is pretty simple once you strip away the noise around it. It's not a new AI model. It's not another coding agent competing with Claude or GPT. It's a front end, a control layer, that sits on top of the coding agents you already use. Think about it this way. Right now, if you use Claude Code or Codex, you're mostly working inside a terminal window. That's fine for one task, but it gets messy fast once you're running more than one agent at a time or bouncing between different projects. T3 Code's whole pitch is that it gives you one workspace where you can run Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, Grok CLI, and OpenCode, all from the same screen, and you don't have to give up your existing subscription to any of them to do it. You bring your own login for each one. So if you already pay for Claude Code or Codex, you just authenticate through their CLI, and from there, T3 Code takes over as the front end. On GitHub, it's sitting around 17,000 stars. That's a fast climb for something that only went public earlier this year. It's MIT licensed too, which basically means you can copy it, modify it, or even build your own product on top of it. No permission needed. The README on the repo is actually pretty funny about this. Under a section literally titled, "Wait, what are you selling me?" they just answer, nothing. Their reasoning is that they built this because the existing options, things like the Codex desktop app, a tool called Conductor, Claude Desktop, and Cursor's own agent interface, didn't meet the bar they wanted for a daily driver. So instead of complaining about it, they built their own version and open-sourced the entire codebase. Now here's where it gets interesting for anyone doing real dev work day to day. T3 Code isn't just a desktop app. It ships as a web app you can open in any browser at app.t3.codes, an Electron-based desktop app for Mac, Windows, and Linux. And there are also proper mobile apps for iOS and Android. So the exact same agent thread you started on your laptop this morning, you can check on from your phone later at lunch. And this matters more than it sounds like at first, because these agent jobs can run for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes well over an hour, depending on how big the task is. Being able to glance at your phone, see the diff your agent just made, approve it, or send a quick correction without opening a laptop is a real workflow change for people who run agents unattended. The way conversations are organized is also a bit different from what a lot of people are used to. Instead of organizing everything by folder or by project, the way older tools do, T3 Code uses a thread-based layout closer to how a chat app or Discord handles conversations. Every task you kick off becomes its own thread in a sidebar. Once you're done with a thread, it just settles out of the way instead of sitting there permanently as a folder you have to keep managing. If you're the type of person running 4 or 5 different tasks across different repos at the same time, this cuts down on a decent amount of mental clutter, since you're not manually archiving folders you don't need anymore. Underneath all this, T3 Code leans on Git worktrees to keep things from breaking. If you're not familiar, a worktree lets you have multiple working copies of the same repository checked out at once, each sitting on its own branch, without them stepping on each other's files. So when you fire off 2 agents on the same project at the same time, they're not fighting over the same folder or silently overwriting each other's edits. Each task effectively gets its own isolated sandbox to work inside, which is a small detail, but it's the kind of thing that prevents a lot of frustrating merge conflicts. And once an agent actually finishes a task, there's a one-button flow to commit the changes, push the branch, and open a pull request, all straight from the interface. It auto-generates the PR title, the description, and a changelog based on what actually got changed in the code. You get to review the full diff right there in the app before anything goes out. And it supports draft PRs, stacked PRs, and amending an existing PR if the agent needs another round. So the entire loop, write code, review code, ship code, can happen without ever touching a raw terminal, unless you specifically want to drop into one, which the app also lets you do through a built-in terminal panel. Setting this up is honestly not complicated at all. If you just want to try it without installing anything permanent on your machine, you open a terminal and run npxt3 at latest. That spins up the backend locally, along with a local web app to control it, and you're already in. If you want the real desktop app instead, on a Mac, you'd run brew install --cask t3-code. On Windows, there's a winget command, and if you're on Arch Linux, there's an AUR package as well. One thing worth knowing, you do need a fairly recent version of Node installed, 22.16 or newer, for the local server piece to run properly. Here's the part a lot of people gloss over though. T3 code by itself doesn't write any code. It's purely an orchestration layer sitting on top of tools that already exist. So before any of this works, you need at least one underlying agent already installed and authenticated on your machine. That means running something like Claude auth login for Claude Code, Codex login for Codex, cursor-agent login for cursor, or the equivalent commands for Grok, CLI, and OpenCode. Once one of those is logged in, T3 code can see it sitting there and start handing it tasks. Behind the scenes, the whole project is built with Vite+, their own internal build tooling, plus TypeScript across the stack, and it's structured as a monorepo with separate apps for the marketing site, the web client, and the desktop shell. So let's actually walk through building something with it, since that's where this really clicks for people. You'd open a new thread inside T3 code, pick your agent, and just describe what you want in plain language. Something like, build me a page with a dark background, a floating glass panel centered on the screen with a blur effect behind it, a bold headline, and 3 small feature cards underneath, in a single HTML file only. You hit send, and you can literally watch the tool calls happen live, files being opened, files being edited, a dev server spinning up inside the built-in terminal panel. There's also a preview window baked directly into the app, so the moment the agent finishes, you can see the rendered page without ever leaving T3 code. If something's off, say the blur isn't strong enough or the spacing feels cramped, you just reply in that same thread and the agent adjusts it on the next pass. Once you're happy with it, that one button push turns the whole thing into a real pull request sitting on your GitHub repo, ready to merge. One thing that's genuinely different here compared to a plain terminal workflow is remote access. You can have T3 code's backend running on a home server, a Raspberry Pi, or a rented box from a host like Hostinger, and then control that exact same environment from your laptop or your phone through the app. So the actual heavy coding work happens on a beefier remote machine, while you're just sending prompts and reviewing diffs from wherever you happen to be sitting. Now, who is this actually built for? If you're a solo developer juggling a handful of side projects, this is a genuinely nice quality of life upgrade over 5 separate terminal tabs open at once. If you're on a small team that doesn't want to lock everyone into one vendor's agent, this is appealing too, since it treats Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, and the others as interchangeable backends instead of picking a winner for you. And if you're someone who just doesn't trust closed tools with your day-to-day workflow, the fact that the entire thing is open source and fully forkable is a real selling point here, not just something they say in the marketing copy. Worth being upfront though, the project itself openly says it's very early. Expect bugs, expect missing features, and right now, the team isn't taking big outside contributions. Only small fixes get merged. So treat this as something worth experimenting with today, not something you bet a production workflow on just yet. Alright, so that's it from the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.